spoken about a lot recently. But as we mentioned in the pregame show, the Tornadoes undefeated in the region. Carter right now sitting in the third spot with only one loss in region play. So Carter, Scott, certainly has a lot of confidence based on how their season has gone so far, has turned things around. But I've heard that there's been a lot of barking from that side. Now the question is, can they back it up with the bite?
Yeah, don't get that little stinger out if you can't do anything with it. So they'll be ready for the Hornets as they are fixing to get a violent storm.
We're back to receive for the Alcoa Tornadoes. You've got Damari DeBose back to receive, and also Condis Cherry awaiting the kick. As for Carter, number 20, Gavin Thomas will be the one doing the kicking duties tonight. Thomas will boot that away, backing up and making it near the 10 is Cherry. There goes Cherry on the return. Cherry with a little shiftiness, turning on the Jets, trying to continue to take tacklers with him, and he'll be down at the 35-yard line, and that is where the Tornadoes will take over on their first offensive drive.
Yeah, very good start for Alcoa and for Cherry getting out there and getting a little bit of room and see who actually will start in the backfield for the Tornadoes. But it looks like Cherry will remain out there.
As we mentioned, Condis Cherry, the lead running back this season for Alcoa. 522 yards rushing for Cherry so far this season. The pistol formation will go. Quarterback, single receiver to the left, trips, bunch formation to the right. They'll send Cooper in motion from the trips formation. Now he'll go behind Manu, fake it to him, hand it to Condis Cherry up the middle. And Condis Cherry gets to the logo, but he'll be down at the 46. And that'll be a Maryville top shot first down for the Alcoa Tornadoes. So one play, one first down.
So true, he's been a very good help. Isaac Cookston was the tackler for the Hornets, but as he was doing so, a couple of his teammates came up behind Cherry to push him across that first down marker.
So now we'll spread things out with two receivers to the right, tight end split off to the right side, and single receiver to the left. Still in the pistol, Cherry behind Manu. Manu will start, he'll fake the handoff. No, he'll give it to him. There goes Cherry looking for a hole. Shifting, juking, jiving. He will find one. He's broken 3 tackles, won't break the 4th. So it is a hard-fought 4-yard rush for Condis Cherry, and it'll bring up second down.
Just like Fox, Ethan, I told you, he jukes and jives, and he does not go down easy. You have got to tackle him.
Yeah, you certainly do, and you got to make sure that you wrap up. And so they did that time, brought him down. It's now 2nd and 6. But kudos to Cherry Scott. He had a lot of traffic in the backfield, and he was able to somehow navigate through it just to get that 4 yards. So a well-earned 4. 2nd and 6, first drive for the Tornadoes. They're now at the 50. Trips bunch formation again. They'll send Cooper in motion again. Send it back behind them again like they did before. This time, Condis Cherry will lead the way. They'll give it to Cooper. Cooper will take it near the first down marker.
Yeah, you get used to Cherry and you try to watch for him, but I saw the way they were doing that play. You knew that they were going to hand it to Cooper.
Well, they send a man across the line in front of the pistol quarterback in motion, and then what they did before is when he got to the left tackle, he cut behind Manu. Manu handed off to Cherry earlier, spun around and faked to Cooper. This time, instead of handing off to Condis, Condis led as a lead blocker to the outside instead of faking it up the middle, and just kind of helped lead the charge for Jacoby Cooper to pick up some yardage. It was 3rd and short, but Scott, Alcoa looks like they may have gotten the Hornets to jump and got some free yardage.
Yeah, they got half the line to jump. And just something Alcoa is really good at. If you're not disciplined, you're going to jump every time. Well, not every time, but you're going to jump.
Majority of the time. Statistics would say majority of the time.
Quite often.
1st and 10, a free Maryville top shot first down for Alcoa. As Alcoa getting closer and closer to that clean roofs Tornado Maroon zone. 9:40 left to go in the first quarter. Empty backfield for Manu. Manu will drop back. He's got double receivers to his left. Trips to the right. He'll go to the double side. Hit Jameer Dean. Jameer Dean breaks the first tackle, and he'll be pushed out of bounds inside the 25. So they have now reached the clean roofs Tornado Maroon zone. Scott, we haven't been able to say that a lot because sometimes by the time Alcoa gets to the 50, usually the next play goes for 7.
And Manu just drops back and hits people on the dime. But Matthew Boatman, Jr. for the Hornets was able to push him out of bounds. Otherwise, we're looking at 6.
So a good play by Dean, another first down for the Tornadoes. Ball at the 24, 9:28 to go here in the first quarter. Cherry to the right of Manu. Manu will roll out. Cherry will lead block for him and give him time to throw. He'll deliver the throw and complete it to Cooper. Cooper, a shoestring tackle. He tries to drag the tackler with him, but Scott holding on for dear life and allowing the rest of the defense to get there was the defensive back. They'll bring Cooper down just short of the first down marker.
And Heath, you're right. It was just about the rest of the defense that had to get down there and help get him down.
Yeah, the way he was holding on to him, Scott, kind of had an angle on him where he couldn't lean forward. If he had tackled him from behind, he might have been able to fall forward for that first down. But it is now 2nd and 1 for the Tornadoes. Back to the pistol, the Tornadoes go. It's Cherry still in the backfield. It'll be a pitch to the left to Cherry. Cherry cutting, a juke, a jive, and an Alcoa first down. Cherry now inside the 10.
Yeah, great move from Cherry. Again, as we talk about every time, he has such great moves, have been able to go left to right and then quick burst of speed right up the middle, and he continues to show why he's one of the top running backs in this area.
Well, it's even harder, Scott, when you've got a running back like that and you kind of pitch it and kind of have that zone blocking read, and it creates a lot of different holes and gaps that you can kind of pick and choose from. Makes it tough on the defense. It's 1st and goal at the 9. 8:06 to go in the first quarter. Trips to the right. Manu turns, looks to the single receiver side. He's got Jameer Dean. He's got an Alcoa delusion option touchdown.
And again, laying it right where only the receiver can catch it.
Great read by Thomas Manu and just delivered it perfectly over the shoulder to Jameer Dean, and Mr. Dean did the rest.
Yeah, Heath, and what a good move from Dean, making a little move like he was going to cut inside, turns outside, gets a defender just enough space away from him and making an easy touchdown.
The Tornadoes strike on their first offensive drive of the ball game. 7:59 left to go in the first quarter. Kyron Tyson awaits the extra point. There's the kick. It's up. It is doing. 7:59 left to go. Your score, Alcoa 7, Carter 0. We'll take a quick break here on the Davis Abbey Carpet Game of the Week.
Travel to the end zone for a touchback. Goodson on the sack. 6. Second and 17.
We've got 7:02 and counting on the clock here in the first quarter. So now, thanks to Darius Sutter's pressure and sack, it has pinned the Hornets back a little bit more here on this offensive drive. Quarterback Brody Sparks, the junior's had a good season, throwing for over 2,000 yards, completed his first pass tonight. Felt the pressure on the second. He feels it again there. Scott tries to just take off with it, but Scott, as soon as he stepped up into the pocket, he was surrounded by tornadoes.
And guess who was back there, Heath, but Kenny Harris.
Kenny Harris, the young man we spoke about in the pregame show, who has really just continued to elevate and make his presence felt over the last few weeks. The senior coming up with a play there for another big-time sack. So now even further back, the Hornets go on third down, and here's the question. Do you try to drop back and air it out, or do you try to just maybe quarterback draw here and try to, or halfback draw and see if you can get the defense napping a little bit? They'll turn. That's what they'll do, Scott. They hand it off to the running back. There he goes, just trying to get some of that yardage back, and then the Hornets will now look to punt it away.
Yeah, Heath, one of the things we talked about was how strong this Alcoa front line was, keeping him from being able to do anything. And a good start for the Tornadoes defense, as they have made it 4th and 21 now for the Hornets.
So now Jameer Dean back to receive for the Tornadoes. And it's got an interesting formation here for the Hornets. They've got the quarterback who's also can punt it as well, but you want to kind of keep an eye out for that. Watch the fake here. Like we talked about last year with Alcoa, you had that with Eli Graff. So now they're going to have to keep an eye here if you're the Tornadoes.
We got a happy Tornado there as he crossed the line.
Yeah, the Tornadoes getting a little too excited there. Got him the jump, got him a free 5, but Scott, it's still only going to be 4th and 12.
Yeah, Goodson just a little happy wanting to get up there quickly. Ends up getting a free 5 yards.
So they'll get back to it, but if you take a look at this formation, have 4 receivers out to the right side, single receiver to the left, and then back is Sparks. So trying to take a look to see if they can get Alcoa to jump. You have to imagine if he doesn't get him to jump, then maybe he steps back a few extra yards, then looks to punt it away, because that's awfully close to the line of scrimmage to try to punt the football.
Well, and right now, Man Henry could get a straight shot at him if he doesn't.
There they go. Somehow got that one up, but that one is high. Jameer Dean will call it out. Tornadoes will move out of the way. That one will take a little bit of a Hornet roll, not much, and it'll be down at the 31 is where that ball will park. And now the Alcoa offense coming back out. The first offensive drive, Scott, right down the field. No worries at all for the Alcoa Tornadoes. Ended with the Jameer Dean touchdown. A nice throw by Manu into the corner of the end zone, and the extra point up and doing. 7-0 your score right now. Carter's first offensive drive. They had that first pass. Looked like maybe they were going to start to get something going. The Tornadoes locked in on that really quickly. What helped is, man, that pass rush is ferocious for this defense.
That they are, Heath. And Alcoa figures you out pretty quick.
They certainly do. And now the Tornadoes back on offense. It looks like Cherry's still in the ball game. Mono will get the snap, turn and hand it off. Looking for a hole, now bouncing to the outside, cutting it back up and in. And it's going to be close, a couple yards away from that first down. A good first run there by the Tornadoes.
And that's something we talked about before, too. You've got Cherry, you've got Jones and DeBose as well in the backfield. You're so worried about them, especially Cherry. He's so quick and so elusive that you try to key on him, and when you do, Manu just throws it over your head for an easy 6.
You got a stable of horses you can go to in the backfield, and then a lot of deep threats as well. So many different talented playmakers for Manu. He's got 2 to the left. Tight end split off to the left side, and the receiver to the right on this formation. He'll turn and hand it off. It's Damari DeBose. DeBose trying to find a seam. He'll spin off a defender, get across the middle of the field, and be taken down at 50. Right on top of the Tornado logo. So, Scott, again, we talked about those different running back playmakers. We saw earlier in the ballgame, Condis Cherry doing work. Now DeBose is doing work. Micah Jones has really had the opportunity this season to go from the lead back to now the third back, and it's not because of anything he has or hasn't done, but they need him so much on the defensive side of the ball. They've been able to give him more of a rest because you've got other guys who can step up and play the running back position.
Well, and he's so good at your short yardage running back as well.
Got a little bit more size than Cherry and DeBose does. DeBose will stay in the backfield while Mono will turn, take the handoff, roll out to his left, look down the field, doesn't see anything. He'll take it himself to the 40 and now stepping out of bounds. Looked like a little bit of confusion there. He was looking for Jameer Dean. Jameer Dean kind of looked like he thought it was a running play, kind of getting in front of the DB like he was going to block. And when Manu realized Dean and him were not on the same page, he did the right thing. Took over and took off.
Well, in the extra yards that he got, Heath, too, if you look, Pinson looked like a post player in the basketball game because he was boxing out the defender. Defender couldn't get there in time, and he was able to get extra yardage.
Jalen Pinson has really been a key playmaker for Alcoa as well. Such a great tight end and getting his first opportunity this season to really show that for the Tornadoes. It's 1st and 10 after that run by Manu. Manu will turn, fake the jet sweep, hand it off up the middle to DeBose. Not much doing for DeBose. Great read by the Hornets. Did not get bought out on that fake. Got into the backfield, and it'll be up for a loss.
Yeah, Cooper Collins on to stop the linebacker for the Hornets. A sophomore just blocks up the line and doesn't let anybody get in there. So a good stop for the Hornets, a 1 yard loss for the Tornadoes.
2nd and 11 for Alcoa. DeBose will stay in the backfield with Manu. They've got Haynes Hawkins now in the game as well. Another one of these really good young receivers for Alcoa. He's on the outside with Jam. You got Dean on to the left. Jalen Pinson split off to the right side. They'll turn, fake the handoff. Manu will roll to the right side. Look, he's going to take off with it again. There goes Manu.
And a big hit from the Hornets on Manu, but he's able to get about 10 yards on the play.
Yeah, was able to kind of shed one of those tackles who tried to take him out around his feet, was able to dive forward and get close to that first down marker. It's now going to be 3rd and 1 for the Tornadoes. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Alcoa. Tornadoes are driving again 30 yards away from the end zone. Only about 5 yards away from the Clean Roofs Tornado Maroon zone. There's the snap, there's the handoff, and Scott, we talked about short yardage situation. There he comes, Micah Jones getting his first carry of the night. And Micah Jones, while he can get you the short yardage, what he can also do is because he's got that size, he can sometimes kind of blow things up and get even more.
That he can, and he's still got speed too. Alcoa has a lot of speed. Doesn't matter who they have in the game, but they have good, good solid speed, and then you have a good solid runner, a punishing runner as well in Jones.
So Micah Jones picks up the Maryville Top Shot first down as we are now in the Clean Roofs Tornado Maroon zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 22. Minute 6 left to go in the first quarter. Empty backfield for Manu. Trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Manu will turn, look to the 2 receiver side, throw it across the middle. Almost caught, but Scott led a little too far, and he got drilled. As it would look like it was number 8 for Carter, Jody Scruggs, the athlete who came over and laid the wood on that play. I think that play was intended, if I see it correctly, it looks like it was intended for tight end Jalen Pinson.
Yeah, good timing between Scruggs, also with Isaac Cookson as well on the play. So just, you hated to see that, but at least he got up and he's moving around.
Well, and I think they want to have him, get him looked at as well on the sideline, Scott, because he took a shot and it took him a minute to get up. He was in some pain. Probably having Peggy take a look just to make sure maybe some concussion protocol, just the way he got popped there. So hopefully Jalen's all right. But back to action we go. 2nd and 10 for Alcoa. They'll turn handoff to DeBose. DeBose turning on the Jets, breaks a tackle, gets past another as he had no time to react, Scott. He was coming by in a hurry, and by the time the defensive player turned to try to even recognize he was beside him, he was gone.
Well, there were actually 3 Hornets, too, that had chances at him. But like you said, by the time they turned or even realized he was there, he wasn't anymore.
A 22-yard run for Damari DeBose and another Delosier auction touchdown for the Tornadoes. So 49.1 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Kyron Tyson getting lined up for the extra point. Looks like there might be some confusion. They were missing a lineman. So they had to kind of turn and yell to the sidelines, and they'll get one out. So they've got him out there now. They're ready to go. Still got 6 seconds on the play clock. Kick is up. Kick is good. 14-0. Your score, Alcoa. We've got 49 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We will keep it here instead of going to a break. Scott, down on the field, we've got Paige Dower, who has been down there doing a great job with us each and every week. Paige, we'll try to go to her in a second. Love to catch up with her. I'm curious what the vibe is like from both sides of the field, because we heard a lot about Carter kind of maybe chirping a little bit before this ball game. I'm curious if they're still doing that at the moment, as we're about a minute away from this being the end of the first quarter. Right now, 14-0. Tornadoes now getting ready for the Gadoons to kick off. So now Carter getting ready back to receive. Joseph Armenta and also number 8, Jody Scruggs, back to receive for the for the Hornets. Alcoa kicks it off and caught around the 2. This one will be returnable. Here goes Armenta. Watch out for him. We mentioned Scott around 30 yards per kickoff return, but he has not tried to return the ball against the Tornadoes before, as he only gets to the 16.
Right, only about a 14-yard gain on that return. So Carter actually losing yards where they could be at the 20 or 25. Instead, we're going to start at the 16. A lot more yards to go.
So 40.4 seconds left to go. Carter, their second offensive drive. And they are sitting a man in motion. One receiver to the right, 2 to the left. They'll turn, hand off to a running back. So now trying to get the running game going and just trying to mix it up a little bit, but they fumbled the football. Unless the referee say he was down. I thought he was down.
Yeah, I hadn't seen an indication either way. But I didn't see any beanbags flying either. Looks like the referee's going to talk about it and have a little powwow here. Make a decision as to whether or not this was a fumble. This is where replay would be really helpful.
So yeah, Scott, they're getting ready to come back out on this second down play, as they is not a fumble. So 2nd and 3 for Carter. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, running back to the right of the quarterback. We'll see if they go to him again. The passing game got off to a good start last offensive drive, but then the Tornadoes started pinning the ears back and getting to the quarterback in the backfield. So they run the football again, and that's having some success here on the second drive as they pick up a first down.
Right, so Carter trying to just kind of get Alcoa a little bit more honest, as Alcoa had been gunning on the hard rush to get to the Hornets, but we're at the end of the first quarter, so with that going on, let's go ahead and take a break as you're listening to the David's Abbey Carpet Game of the Week. Alcoa 14, Carter 0. We'll be right back.
Trevor, can you hear me? Probably not. Thank you, Rustin. Welcome back into the Davids Abbey Carpet Game of the Week. It is the start of the second quarter, 14-0. Your score, Alcoa. Carter went to football. They picked up a first down a moment ago running the football. They're going to continue to go to the ground. This time they go up the middle, and there's Carter Cowart on the tackle. It's now second down after a gain of a few.
Scruggs on the carry.
It'll be Scruggs on the carry. Jody Scruggs is the one who carried that one.
Yes.
So, go ahead, Scott.
Oh, I was just going to say, just a little over 400 yards for the year for Scruggs.
After the first quarter, some Black Horse Pub and Brewery into quarter stats. Thomas Manu, 3 of 4 for 35 yards and a touchdown. He also had 2 rushes for 21. As Carter will go right back to the ground attack here. It looks like, I believe that's Arminta who made that carry. He'll gain a few more. It'll be third down. So a couple yards in a cloud of dust now is what it looks like Carter has switched their playbook to. Some more Black Horse Pub and Brewery into quarter stats. Jameer Dean, 2 receptions, 26 yards and a touchdown. DeMary DeBose, 4 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown.
So they're trying to draw Alcoa offsides with a hard snap or a hard clap. Alcoa this time more disciplined.
Looking over to the sidelines now to get the updated call from their coach is Carter. It's third down. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, running back in the back on the shotgun formation. Sparks will drop back, look down the field. Here's some pressure, and he will just have to throw it away over towards Marley Watts on the sidelines for Alcoa, who catches it off the bounce. Good pressure there all around. Kate Stinnett, Darius Sutter, Blair Goodson. Also saw Man Henry bring in some heat there too, and they just drilled the quarterback in the back as soon as he threw it away.
Yeah, a little wondering here whether or not there was actually anybody. There was no receiver in the area.
Yeah.
He didn't even get it back to the line of scrimmage, and they are going to call intentional grounding.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Scott.
Intentional grounding on Carter.
The receiver was further down the field. He just threw that away to get rid of it.
But he was running for his life, basically, because he had a lot of people on him. But
Well, and that's the problem right now for Carter. Scott, they've got a quarterback who's got a really great arm and can throw the football, but his offensive line struggling to hold up against this ferocious pass rush. It's not giving Sparks a lot of time to deliver the ball.
well, and that's why he's having to go to the run quite a bit, because his line's not giving him enough time.
It's 4th and 14 for the Hornets. 10:07 left to go in the second quarter. They'll be looking to punt the ball away. Jameer Dean will be waiting back to receive it. And again, we go back to this same kind of weird, interesting formation we saw earlier. 4 receivers to the right, kind of in a diamond formation. 1 to the left, quarterback will punt it away. This one goes a little further down the field. It's going to take a Hornet roll and get inside the 25, so that'll work out. And Scott, I'm just so impressed with the punt team being able to hold up long enough for that quarterback to punt that ball away, because he's almost like in shotgun formation. A lot of times in punt formation, you see guys getting near the punter. To be able to get that ball off that quickly, 5 yards away, and not get it blocked has been impressive so far.
I agree, Heath, and that's the fact that, like you said, that he's gotten it off so quickly. But I've been watching them. They're really low kicks. I'm surprised he's not, had someone right on top of it, because a good push on that offensive line pushing backwards, and you're looking at no chance to be able to kick it.
Yeah, low drive each time by Sparks on the punts. Jameer Dean is just kind of determined to get out of the way. He's like, I'm not even going to try to get that one off the bounce. Empty backfield for Manu. Manu will look, he'll throw it down the field. He's got a man. There's Jalen Pinson. Jalen Pinson to 50, to the 40, trying to stiff arm a defender, but they will bring him down inside the 30. Our Print FX Player of the Week, Scott, making plays again tonight. A good pass and catch between Manu and Pinson.
And no defender on him. They gave him, looked like they were playing a zone type coverage, and he just got right behind everybody. For Carter, luckily the safeties were close enough that they could get over, but nobody there to defend that pass.
Right back to the line of scrimmage they go. It's Micah Jones in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They'll turn, they'll hand it off to Micah. There goes Jones up the middle. They'll wrap him up and he'll lunge forward. For a gain of 6, it's now 2nd and 4.
And Alcoa slowly but surely creeping up on trying to get their 21st point.
Hawkins and Cooper to the left, Dean to the right, and Micah Jones at the running back. Jones will get the carry. Jones takes 4 defenders with him and picks up a variable top shot. First down. The Tornadoes now inside the Clean Roofs Tornado maroon zone.
I had a whole group of Hornets right there. I thought they had him, a swarm of Hornets right there. And next thing you know it, he's 5 yards down the field.
Some Hardy scoreboard updates for you, courtesy of Trevor Dunkel in the first quarter updates. Heritage 0, Gibbs 3. First, University County 7, South Doyle 0 in second. Manu will drop back, look down the field. He's got a man, and he's got a Tornado touchdown. Climbing the ladder and holding on to the football as he was getting knocked to the ground was Jacoby Cooper. So now another receiver getting in on the action for the Tornadoes tonight in the maroon rectangle, and that Tornadoes had another Delosier auction touchdown on the board.
And once again, Manu, like you said, just sharing the wealth. A different receiver, easy pass, and he put it again right where he needed to put it. Made it hard for the Carter defender to get there.
Well, he's got some tall receivers, Scott, that can go up and get it if they need to. Manu put it somewhere where only Jacoby Cooper could go up and snatch it. He did just that, like you said. And then, great job by Cooper, Scott, being able to then hold on to it, because that defender came over and really tried to lay the wood on him and see if he could jar that ball loose. Cooper, though, sticky finger, was able to hold on to the football and score for Alcoa. The extra point up and doing, and your score with 8:38 left to go in the second quarter. Alcoa 21, Carter 0. We'll take a quick break on the David Zabby carpet during the week.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another kickoff sponsored by AMR. Tyson's dribbling into the end zone for a touchback. Places the ball at 20, first and 10, Carter.
In the lead with 8:38 left to go in the second quarter, the Cadenza kickoff just was underway, and it ended up where you think it probably ended up. It ended up in the end zone. It was a touchback for Alcoa. So Carter now with the football. Scott, first offensive drive, a little bit of passing. Second offensive drive, a little bit more running. Carter still trying to find the right balance. And Sparks will drop back, turn, throw it to the outside quickly, trying to make a move, but not having much luck that time. Number 8, Jody Scruggs. It was number 16, Nukis Minor, I believe, who made the tackle, or was it Del Hughes? No, it was Del Hughes on the play. Great job by Del Scott. He had one earlier that I'm sure he wanted to make up for after the receiver spun off of him that time. Guy tried a little shake, a little bake, and Del Hughes wasn't having it.
No, he made sure he had hold of him this time.
Great open form tackle by Hughes. It's a loss of 1. Here comes heavy pressure. They'll get it to the outside of the running back now. Cutting up the field is Armenta, and Armenta with a positive game.
Yeah, and that's something we're probably going to see more out of Carter Heath, is that quick little screen pass off to the right or to the left, because you saw the quarterback, as soon as he got it, he saw a swarm of Tornadoes coming right at him. He had to get rid of that ball fast.
Yeah, it's that check down that they try to give the quarterback a little bit of a safety valve. They're doing it right there for Sparks. But now no running back in the backfield. Empty backfield for Carter. 2 receivers to the left. Trips to the left. 2 receivers to the right. They find a man behind the Tornado defense. Luckily, another defensive back able to get there in time. But he was past that first level. Caught the first down. Was number 4 for Carter. That was Trenton Tinbrook on the reception. Kudos to Carter being able to pick up a crucial first down. That puts the football now at the 40.
Good job by Tinbrook as well. He was able to get behind Alcoa and give him a place for the quarterback to get it up and over their heads.
This time he'll pitch it to the outside, and A good run by, I think that is number 6, Blake Seaton, if I saw that correctly. It's kind of hard to see the jerseys from here. No, that's actually number 8, Jody Scruggs, on the run. It'll be an 8-yard carry. It's now 2nd and 2. Ball at the 48. They'll turn, hand it off the middle to Scruggs. Scruggs now looks to bounce it outside, cut it right back up and in because he found a seam and he found a first down.
Yeah, it looked like Goodson was going to have him. He just got away from Goodson, wasn't able to wrap him up. But a first down for the Hornets.
Getting across the 50 to the other side and down at the 48 is Scruggs. So a first down for Carter. 6:44 left to go in the second quarter. 21-0 your score. Carter still looking for their first points of the day, but a promising drive here for the Hornets. A little bit of mixing the run and pass has worked out for them so far. Sparks calling things out, taking his time. 10 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He'll turn, he'll hand it off to Scruggs. Scruggs will now look to cut it to the left, cut it right back up, and now crosses field. And there goes Jacoby Cooper across the middle, making the tackle.
Yeah, good run from Scruggs, but all of a sudden turning, instead of going north and south, he goes east and west and allows Alcoa to get hold of him without any extra yardage.
Got a little bit of that Condace Cherry twitch to him.
Yeah, he does.
So it is 2nd and 6 for Carter. 5:50 left to go now in the second quarter. Scruggs stays in the backfield with Sparks. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Sparks calling out things he sees from the defense. Alcoa looks like they're going to bring a blitz. They do. There comes Sutter. Here comes man Henry. Sparks has to get it out quickly and throws it out about 5 yards in front of the receiver for an incompletion.
The good play from Devontae Scruggs is he was looking at the referee with his hands like, I'm near here, I'm close.
Yeah, I think they're all trying to make sure, hey, please don't throw a flag this time. There's someone in the area for sure. And there was. It's now 3rd and 6.
Yeah, unfortunately for Scruggs back there in the backfield, there was a whole lot of tornadoes in the area too.
Yeah, Alcoa brought some pressure. Sparks kind of read that from the jump. I just don't think he knew the magnitude of the pressure that was coming. I think he saw one player creep up. All of a sudden, Alcoa brought 2 or 3 other players to really put the heat on him and force that ball out of his hands quickly. 3rd and 6. Can Carter get a first down, or can the Tornadoes get a big-time stop? They pitch it out to Scruggs, and Scruggs does enough to the outside near the Carter sideline to pick up a first down.
Scruggs is forced out of bounds by Stack.
Good run from Scruggs and able to just get his head down and force his way in to get that extra yardage.
1st and 10 for Carter. Back to the line of scrimmage they go. Scruggs to the right side of the quarterback. You've got to keep an eye out anytime he's in the ball game. As Sparks will turn, throw it to the outside and complete it. He got that ball out of his hands quick. And over by the sidelines and caught is number 2 for Carter. That was Jackson Stuffle.
Pass complete to Jackson Stuffle.
Yeah, if he had had just a little bit more time, he had a receiver that had gotten behind the Alcoa defense.
So now 2nd and 4. Scruggs gets the ball this time, and Scruggs will go ahead for a first down.
Yeah, and Carter also probably trying to take as much time off the clock and try to keep running. As most teams have found out, or at least are learning, that the best way to keep Alcoa from scoring is not put their offense on the field.
Scott, the only thing that I would disagree on is I don't think they're running the ball to keep the ball away from Alcoa. I think they're running the ball because it's working. Right now, as they've got Scruggs still back there, or no, excuse me, now it's Armenta in the backfield with Sparks. Scruggs now out to the receiver on the left side. Sparks will drop back. Here comes some pressure, and you can put him in a bag. He is sacked. Hard to tell who they'll attribute that to, Scott, but the last man getting up near the quarterback looks like it might have been Cade Stinnett.
And that's what it sounds like people are going to give it.
So congratulations to Cade Stinnett, the linebacker, coming up and making a play. It's now going to be 2nd and 15. 3:52 and counting on the clock here in the second quarter. Alcoa with a 21-point lead. Carter looking to see if they can chip away at that here. They put themselves in a good position, 31 yards away from the end zone. Now, Scott, if they were looking to see if they could kick the ball. We'll talk more about that in a minute, as right now they go to Scruggs. Scruggs to the outside. Jacoby Cooper there makes the tackle near the original line of scrimmage. Looks like he's still going to be about a yard short of that. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. But Scott, they've only attempted 1 field goal so far this season. I don't know how long it was, but Gavin Thomas, their kicker, 39 of 41 on PATs and 1 of 1 on field goals this season.
Well, at least they know he can make it, just from what distance, though.
Correct. 3rd and 11. Scruggs back in the backfield with Sparks. Sparks gets it, fakes the handoff, drops back. Here comes the pressure. They'll get it out in the flats to Scruggs, but overthrown. That one will fall incomplete. Now, good thing for Scruggs, though, Scott, as he had Blair Goodson and Cade Stinnett barreling down on him, ready for him to make that play. As soon as he caught it, they both would have been there to sandwich him for a tackle.
Well, and the bad thing for Scruggs as well is he slipped. So even if he had caught it, he would have been down immediately.
So it is 4th and 11. So ball at the 27. And a timeout on the field for Carter. So Carter's decision time here, Scott. Like you said, how far can this kicker make it? Don't know. But 4th and 11 at the 27, the best field position you've had all day. I think either you got to go for it or you got to kick it. I don't know which one you can do, but you got to try to get points in.
That you do, especially before halftime, because if Alcoa gets the ball back, and Alcoa we know is a good quick strike team as well, they're going to get more points on the board before halftime. But we talked about Heath. We don't know what the distance on this kicker. I'm thinking if he's 1 of 1, it probably was a really close kick.
Yeah, so we're sort of trying to figure out what decision Carter would do. I would imagine, Scott, they're going to try to go for this one and see if they can do something to get themselves a first down. They're 11 yards away. And the tough part for the quarterback is he doesn't have a lot of time in the pocket so far in this game because Alcoa is putting a lot of pressure on him. Now, Scott, here comes that interesting, potentially punt formation where the quarterback's in somewhat of a shotgun, maybe about 6 yards back versus 5. He's got a diamond formation of receivers to the right, a single receiver to the left. I couldn't imagine you punt it here, but I'm very curious what you're drawing up.
Well, I'm wondering with 4 receivers on the end over there, if they're going to try to do something that way and maybe pin Alcoa down a little bit more, even without a kick. Even if you get tackled inside the 20, you could pin Alcoa back quite a way.
Well, I mean, do you hope that you can get single coverage on the left? Scruggs is by himself over here, or maybe trying to set up a screen to Armenta with 3 receivers ahead leading the charge, trying to get the first down. They'll drop back, looks to the screen side, feels some pressure. Now he'll throw it across the middle. He completes it, but it's not going to be enough. It's about a 2 to 3 yard reception that was thrown low into the ground and caught by Devontae Scruggs on the ground. And so that'll be a turnover on downs. It'll be tornado football. And so Alcoa now will have it with 2:42 left to go in the second quarter. And I think that's plenty of time for Alcoa to see if they can get down the field and get some more points on the board.
And we've seen that happen a lot, Heath. So not really, I'm with you. I'm really puzzled by the play caller, by at least how they ended up with that. But again, Scruggs was running for his life again too.
Well, a few things. Puzzled by the play call, but also puzzled by the quarterback making the throw he did. It's 4th and 11. You can't throw a 2 to 3 yard play, especially near the ground. As Alcoa will turn it on a jet sweep, they'll hand it off. There goes Condis Cherry. Cherry juking and jiving his way around defenders. Can he make another man miss? Almost! If he had broke that one, he probably would have been gone. But instead, taken down past the 50, down to the 43-yard line. Variable top shot first down for Alcoa.
Excellent play for the Hornets as they were able to grab hold of him, and Jody Scruggs was able to finally bring him down. But you thought there for a second that Cherry was going to end up breaking his ankles too.
4th and 10 for Alcoa. Manu will drop back. They try to bring some pressure. The running back blocks for him, gives him time, and he'll complete it to Jameer Dean for a first down. Jameer Dean caught it at the 32 and stepped out of bounds. So they'll move the sticks and get set up again. It's 2:11 left to go here in the second quarter. Alcoa, though, they're not letting this clock roll, Scott. They're going quick. At least they have been. Now they're going to finally huddle. Made you wonder for a moment there if Alcoa was maybe trying to say, hey, we've got enough time here. Let's just go ahead and get it on the board quickly and then see if we can stop Carter and get it again.
And that was actually running through my mind, Heath. while I was watching that, because they can score quick. They've got 3 timeouts, so if they stop Carter, they could possibly get it back.
Manu now will roll out to his left, look down the field. He'll turn to complete it to Pinson. Pinson will pick up the first down. He's inside the 20, near the 15, spinning out of bounds at the 16. So great job by Jalen. Jalen with another big catch tonight.
But if you notice, Pinson's been open each time.
He was open a lot in the Heritage game too. Had a couple of really nice catches. Had the game been a little bit closer, he probably would have had some more stats, because it seemed like every time they slipped him out of the backfield, he was open. First and 10 for Alcoa, ball at the 16-yard line. Pinson split off to the right side of the formation. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They'll swing out Pontus, instead they'll turn the opposite way, completed on the screen to Jacoby Cooper. Jacoby Cooper just following blocks, trying to find an opening, trying to drive towards the end zone. The lineman will push it forward. Will he get in? He will! Delosier action touchdown for Jacoby Cooper, courtesy of the offensive line. A little bit of that rugby scrum, Scott, just pushing him forward and powering him into the maroon rectangle.
Yeah, that was all muscle against muscle. Alcoa's lineman able to just muscle him into that end zone. Excellent, excellent job. He needs to buy them dinner.
Yeah, no doubt. Need to see if there's any more NIL Alcoa deals available around the same. So with that, Alcoa extends their lead. Kyron Tyson getting ready for the extra point as he kicks it up and in. A penalty flag is thrown. And they say a false start on the 20, but we'll move back.
Just a good practice kick for Tyson.
Another Hardy scoreboard update for you in the first quarter. William Blunt and Central tied at 7. Also had a few others earlier I didn't get to. I'm sure Trevor will give us some more updates there, but as of the last time he texted us, Maryville leading Bradley Central 7-0 in the second quarter. And South Green leading Eagleton 7-0 in the first.
Still early, a lot of time.
There's the snap, kick is up, kick is good. Minute and a half left to go in the second quarter, 28-0, your score. Listening to David's Aggie Product Game of the Week. We'll be back in a moment. Will end in the end zone for a touchback. So Carter will cut back out. And Scott, last offensive drive for Carter, the most promising of the night. They got it all the way down the field around the inside the 30, but then on 4th and 11, kind of a questionable call. Now they didn't punt it, but they got into that punt formation that we've seen today. That's really been kind of a little bit of a trickeration formation, if you will. And they tried to throw out of it, but not a great throw, some heavy pressure, and they ended up giving Alcoa the football. And because they did so, Alcoa took it right down the field, put it in the end zone. Carter now will go to Scruggs. Scruggs has been one of the key contributors of this offense so far today. He'll pick up a first down, and Cade Stennett will be there to escort him out of bounds.
Yeah, it kind of gave him the frequent flyer miles there as he sent him flying out of bounds.
Are you considering, like they just did there, though, continuing to run the ball with a minute and a half left to go? Are you content with letting this clock run and potentially taking it to the half, or are you trying to score?
Well, I was trying to look. They still have 2 timeouts left, but they're getting good yardage on the run right now.
I mean, they are. That first one got them a lot. This time they try to pitch it outside. Armenta's going to go nowhere.
Well, Alcoa call timeout.
Goodson on the takedown of Armenta.
I mean, right there, Blair the Scare Goodson got into the backfield, Scott, and as soon as Armenta caught the football, man, he was greeted with a friendly hello by Blair, who just brought him down to the turf quickly. And I don't know, with that size difference, I'd want a big D lineman out there waiting to greet me.
Yeah, it's one of those situations as a running back, the quarterback hands you the ball, and you look up and see what's in front of you, you just hand it back to him.
You go and holler at the coach and say, please don't call that play ever again.
Yeah.
2nd and 14 for Carter with a timeout on the field, talking things over.
Was that old, the Giants movie?
Oh, yeah.
The Little Giants?
Little Giants.
It's like, get the ball to Johnny. Wait a minute, I'm Johnny.
Right. Next time they call that play, that might be Armenta. But it's 2nd and 14. Alcoa is the one who called a timeout. They have 3 timeouts now, down to 2. Trying to see if they can get the football back one more time. They're up 28-0, but if they can get the ball back, whether through field goal or touchdown, they can get themselves over 30 points going into the second half, which then would start mercy roll. Sparks returns. He throws it outside. Try to set it up a screen. Not much doing. And Alcoa thought he fumbled it. The ref's going to say he was down first. That's Jackson Stuffle on the catch. I believe that's Stuffle's 2nd reception of the night.
And Alcoa looks like he's going to call another timeout.
Yeah, so as Carter continues to move in the wrong direction, it's working out perfectly for Alcoa. They call their 2nd timeout, stop the clock with 1:03 left to go in the 2nd quarter. 28-0 your score.
In a really bad situation again for Carter because it is 3rd and extremely long at 3rd and 15.
So now what do you call?
Punt.
Because it's already on 3rd
Catch
down?
everybody off guard.
Okay, well, I guess that's fair. But the tough part here, though, is, again, poor Sparks. I almost, if I was Carter here, Scott, I would almost think about trying to set up something where I pitch it out to Scruggs, and then Scruggs throws it down the field. Because Scruggs has had a lot of opportunity and made some plays tonight, but you get that speed to the outside, you force the defense up anticipating the run, and then letting someone release down the field might allow Scruggs and Carter to break a big play. But you try to capitalize on what your tendencies are and let Alcoa think that's what you're doing, and then a little bit of just kind of faking them out with some trickeration. If I was a coach, maybe that's what I'd draw.
Scruggs done any passes this year?
Yeah. Might be a good time to try.
Oh.
My goodness. Kenny Harris in the backfield. And Scott, Devontae Scruggs may also go over to the sidelines and request to never call that play again as well. My goodness.
Yeah, Kenny was almost got the handoff. And then a little dance afterwards. They'd say just be really careful doing that to Kenny because you do not want a taunting or an unsportsmanlike penalty, and that erases everything and makes it a first down. So be careful about that.
Well, and listen here. I mean, some of our guys on the D-line do not get enough love for how good they are. I mean, I've seen some of these guys start to get some offers at the next level. He's one of them that needs some more looks. That guy is really coming into his own in the D-line, and I mean, he's got the size and the ability. I think he could just wreak havoc at the next level for a good program, continue to develop these skills that he's got. But, man, I mean, made a move on that lineman. And, Scott, by the time the lineman blinked, Kenny Harris was past him in the backfield. And as soon as Devontae got it in the jet sweep, he got hammered by Harris. So it is 4th and 19 with 59.7 seconds left to go. The Tornadoes used their final timeout. And now Carter will look to punt it away.
And you have Dean back there this time. The last couple of times, Alcoa's not had anyone back. Now they do.
Well, they had Dean back before, but those low-line drives, he just moved out of the way each time. And this time, he'll kind of head over towards it and think about it. It'll continue to roll. It's inside the 40. Now it's kind of rolling east to west, so they'll just go ahead and down it at the 37. Tornadoes will take over there with 50 seconds left to go. So 63 yards away from the end zone, and still got plenty of time to do it.
And again, you have a very quick strike offense. Alcoa can, we've seen Alcoa do ball control and just completely waste the clock, and we've seen him score, I mean, just so fast.
Absolutely. As right now, Alcoa getting themselves ready. Empty backfield, trips to the left. Two receivers to the right. Manu makes the call, drops back and looks down the field. He's got some options. He'll roll out, continue to survey. He's got Hawkins way down the field. God, I don't think he saw him, and he'll just take off with it and get a couple. But he had Hawkins about 30 yards down the field, wide open. Hawkins throwing up his hand, trying to let him know. I think Manu just kind of lost him in the shuffle there. And so he'll pick up about 3 or 4. They'll say 3. It's 2nd and 7. And there's 40 seconds left to go.
Yeah, he also had Pinson that was open again. Pinson more of an outlet this time, about 7 yards down the field.
So Manu will go back to pass again, this time across the middle. There's Jacoby Cooper. Jacoby Cooper catches it in stride, and the defender takes him down inside the 30.
And line up quickly.
Now, and Manu letting them know we need to spike this and stop the clock. So they get lined back up. Clock is running. There's the snap. There's Manu trying to not throw it down and stop the play clock. It looks like instead Carter has gifted Alcoa a blessing as Carter will take a timeout.
Really surprised about that call, because you knew what Alcoa was fixing to do, and Carter helps him out.
Yeah, stopping the clock for them. Cooper, thanks. Appreciate it. 27.1 seconds to go in the second quarter. 28-0 your score. But again, like we said, just like that, Alcoa can so easily move down the field, as that first run didn't go as far as we wanted it to, but then play number 2, Manu drops back, Jacoby Cooper across the middle, and it's really kind of a pick your poison. If you try to shade over and help with Cooper, then you got to watch out for Dean, or you got to watch out for Jam, or now Haynes Hawkins, Jalen Pinson. I mean, the list goes on and on about who Alcoa can go to. We'll see what they call here. You'd imagine Alcoa will continue to keep it throwing the football through the air. They have got no timeouts left, so you really don't want to run the football. Maybe you're telling Manu, if you have to take off but get out of bounds, otherwise just throw the football away.
Well, they're going to put it back to 29 seconds, so a little bit of extra time for Alcoa. But even if you get the ball down the field, just line up quick, because you're probably going to get a first down. It'll stop long enough for you to get up there.
All right, so here we go, ball to 27. DeBose in the backfield with Manu. Manu drops back. DeBose goes out to the flats. Manu looking down the field, still surveying. Now decides to take off with it. But Scott, even though this is going to be a great run for Manu as he gets blistered down at the 6, there is a penalty flag in the area of what more than likely will be holding. And Scott, that'll move Alcoa backwards with 18 seconds left. So as the Tornadoes getting themselves set, we can hear on the sidelines Coach Dix calling things out to his sideline saying, hey, field goal ready, letting them know this may be a field goal opportunity for Kyrie Tyson. With 18 seconds left, it'll put the ball at the 38.
And Carter calls their last time out.
Wow. Like their coach is not happy as they're ripping into their defense right now, apparently wanting them to recognize something based on what Alcoa was doing. They weren't, and that's why they called it to reset.
And if I was Carter, I'd at least put your safeties back closer to about the 25 or 20-yard line and keep Alcoa, because Alcoa still is 1st and 20, but you want to keep them in the field.
I'd almost consider just to try it, Scott, is line up a couple of guys, trips to one side, put Dean or Cooper to the left, and just try to see if you can do a one-on-one fade down the
try to get your trio over here to get the attention of the safeties, pull the safeties away, and let people
create a one-on-one situation with that DB.
And you deal with Cooper, you deal with Dean.
The Tornadoes coming back from the timeout. Dean out there, the receiver. You've got Haynes Hawkins. You've got Jacoby Cooper. You've got also Jalen Pinson split out. So trips to the left, single receiver to the right side. So we've got Dean to the right. We're going to try a one-on-one here. They look to the trip side. Dump pump fakes, now throws it. It's caught by Cooper. Cooper stiff arms the defender. Cooper looking to kind of go around the block of Haynes Hawkins. He will. He gets inside the 5 and down. 5 seconds left to go.
Yeah, they should have stopped that clock when they blew the whistle. Because as soon as they get that on there,
Alcoa's going to have to hurry. They're running out of time. They're not going to have time. Oh, man.
And why they were bringing in an offensive lineman at the last second like that, I'm not really sure.
I don't know if one got hurt, got off the field, they had to call for one, and he just heard it late, or what happened.
It might have been, I'm not sure.
But either way, man, didn't quite go the way they scripted that one. They got it down the field, and Cooper Scott, he was fighting to try to get that touchdown. He saw Hawkins to the outside, raced towards Haynes. Haynes realized, oh, I need to set up a block, so he tried to help allow Cooper to go around him. Just kind of got jammed up over there, and they brought him down at the 5. So 5 yards short of getting another touchdown. However, great first half, 28-0. Defense, defense, defense.
And guys that were coming in to this game so far, you looked at Carter with their offensive trio.
I've got Brian Nix down here with us. Your defense has been dominating the line of scrimmage all night. Maybe the biggest play came towards the end of the first half by Kenny Harris, who I just learned has a nickname Thor. How does that highlight what you guys have been doing?
I mean, Kenny was a find for us. He hadn't played football in 3 or 4 years, came out as a junior, really great wrestler, and just has been, I mean, all 3 of our defensive linemen have just been disruptive. You know, him, Carter, Blair, I mean, they're making our defense go right now. And, you know, they play hard. Our coaches do a great job with them. So, you know, when big plays are made, it usually starts with those guys up front for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Paige. We appreciate it. Yeah, and like you said, Scott, the defensive line, absolutely disruptive, making things happen in the backfield. And for most quarterbacks this season, they haven't had a lot of time to get from their first read to their second, even their third, because by the time they get off their first, their next read is, how do I get away from this line?
Right, and we talked earlier, Heath, Sparks coming in with 2,039 yards, 16 touchdown passes on there. We did talk about interceptions. No interceptions so far, but no touchdown passes, and he's not getting anywhere near what his numbers are for a game so far this year. This is the first time, though, that he's faced a team with the caliber of Alcoa.
Well, right now it's halftime, and it's 28-0 Tornadoes. As now, Scott, as we're going to take a break and get to the halftime show, it's the Hall of Fame game. And so on the field, celebrating our newest Alcoa Hall of Famer, Randall Cobb. So congratulations to him as they'll celebrate him now. We're going to take a break. When we come back, there'll be Coulter Tao on the headset with me as we'll go over our stats for the first half. We'll be back in a moment.
Randall Cobb, what did this moment mean to you?
It means everything to me. You know, I remember being a kid running around on this field, and now to be in the Hall of Fame, to be surrounded by my family and friends and the community that raised me, it means so much.
When you look back to your time here at Alcoa, you were a part of 2 state championships. They went on to a 7 state championship winning streak, and you see Alcoa doing that again here now. How much pride do you feel seeing Alcoa still be so dominant?
I take a lot of pride in it. You know, when I was here, we started the dynasty. I was a part of the 04 team, and we won all 4 years I was in high school. We went 55-5, and it's amazing to see them continue to carry the legacy on just by the way that they play the game and the passion that they play with. And Coach Nix has done a great job preparing the kids and making sure they're ready for these big moments.
Of course, this isn't the first Hall of Fame that you're in, but of course it's your high school. How special is it to finally get here in the high school one?
This is the most special one. I'm sorry. I love where I come from, so it means a lot to me.
Being here with your family, how special was that for you?
It's great, just for my kids to be able to witness it. They were so young whenever I was playing in the league, and now I'm able to share these moments with them, and they can see the hard work and dedication that I put in.
Seeing your son in your Letterman jacket, what did that do?
Yeah, I mean, he loves the game. He loves playing ball. I mean, they go out in the backyard and create their own workouts, and they love playing sports. So I just hope to continue to foster that and give them everything that I can to live out their dreams.
Does the state championship winning streak continue for Alcoa this year?
What's that?
Does the state championship winning streak continue this year for Alcoa?
That's always the goal. That's what we play for. We don't play to be in the playoffs. We play to bring the trophy home. So hopefully we can do it again this year.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Randall.
Thank you.
I think anytime you can get raw emotion in an interview and just really have that kind of genuine conversation with someone, it just, I mean, it makes the interview better, but it's just so impactful. And we know from being in Alcoa how much he loves this community, but not everyone understands the passion that pours into Alcoa. It's not just about football. It's not just about sports in general. It's about this community. It's just the vibe here. It's the family atmosphere here. Once you become a Tornado, once you come join the Tornado family, even if you just transferred in, you become a part of the family. And so very special interview by Randall. So proud of him and everything he's done. As now kicking that ball away, and that one will go in for a touchdown.
And Heath, I feel exactly the same way. What you talked about was family. And Randall knows that. Whether you graduated decades ago to even graduating yesterday or whenever, it is such a family here at Alcoa.
It certainly is. I know Trevor, I believe Scott, when he was with you, was able to get the Trevor's Tornado trivia question off. So we will find out who wins that here soon. Make sure you are on our social media platforms trying to answer that question. The first winner on any of those platforms will be our winner of the week. We'll reach out to you after you win and try to coordinate a time to get that prize pack to you. Was able to deliver 2 of those prize packs to recent winners tonight before the ball game. It's 1st and 10 for Carter as they're getting ready to kick things off here in the 3rd quarter. They get the snap, they'll turn, they hand the football off to Armenta. Armenta will cut up the field. He will gain a couple, it'll bring up 2nd down. So this clock will move like normal so far here in the 3rd as it's a 28-0 lead. No mercy rule yet for the Tornadoes. Not something you see often going into the 2nd half for Alcoa. If I remember correctly, Scott, I think we had ended up getting into mercy rule before we went to halftime for Heritage. It was the last time the West game?
I believe you're right. I think it was.
So it is 2nd and 6. They'll send Armenta in motion now on the left side of the line. Scruggs in the backfield. Scruggs will get the carry. Scruggs will turn on the Jets and push the ball forward and ahead for a 1st down for Carter.
And Scruggs slowly but surely getting some yardage, averaging, as we talked about earlier in the 1st half, he's averaging about 6 yards a carry so far. That seems to be about what he's doing tonight.
So it's a 1st down for Carter, ball at the 32. 10:52 left to go in the 3rd. 2 receivers to the right side of the shotgun formation. They'll hand it off, and they blow things open for another, I think, 1st down there for Scruggs. Yep, they're going to give it to him. So a 10-yard carry by Scruggs.
And a good hole from the Carter offensive line being able to spread out Alcoa, and he gets into the backfield, down the backfield of the defense there really quick, and he's able to get those 10 yards.
So Alcoa trying to make some adjustments here to see if they can plug up these holes and not allow Scruggs to continue to dice them up for 1st down. They'll turn this time. They'll go to Armenta. Armenta trying to shake and bake his way for some positive yardage. He will gain 2 around the right side for the 2nd and 8.
And Carter's going to 2 running backs in the backfield now. That's Armenta and along with Scruggs, as trying to keep Alcoa off balance and keep them a little bit more honest. Seems to be they're going to stick with the running game right now and not try to go into any passing at the moment.
Right now working out for them, but they've got a 4-touchdown deficit, so they're going to have to continue to move the football if they're going to keep it on the ground. They're still going to have to move somewhat quick, you would imagine. Looks like a false start for the Hornets might be sending them backwards.
Yeah, it looks like number 73 for the Hornets decided he was going to go ahead and pull early.
Tough part here, Scott, if you want to stay on the ground, is when you get yourself in 3rd and long situations, which they may potentially find themselves in, they may stay on the ground a little bit harder because then you got to try to pick up that 1st through the air.
Yeah, they've been really lucky on their 2nd down runs right now to start the 2nd half. They've gotten a lot of good yardage.
A Trevor's Tornado trivia question. We'll read that again to you here in a moment. As we wait to see who ends up winning that prize pack. There goes Scruggs on the carry, spins off the 1st, takes a few more with him near the 50. He got past the original line of scrimmage and then some, so now about 4 yards away from the first down. So did make it third and manageable now.
Right, and like I just mentioned, they're getting about almost 10 yards in the second down carries, and that's pretty much what he got right there.
What, Tanner?
Third, and they'll save 5 for Carter. 2 running backs to the right side of Sparks, trying to get Alcoa to jump. It looked like Man Henry almost did, but he was able to hold it. And because they don't get him to jump, they'll look over the sidelines and get the updated play call. It's an interesting formation, though. Usually in the shotgun, either a running back to the right or left, or one to both sides. Instead, both on one side, as they try to use one to kind of be the lead blocker. They try to hand it off to Scruggs there, but before they get the play off, Carter saw something they didn't like. They went ahead and called a timeout.
I think they're getting really close to the end of the play clock, Keith, and the coach got a little nervous.
So with that timeout on the field, we will go ahead and remind you again of Trevor's Tornado Trivia question. Trevor's Tornado Trivia question was, Alcoa and Carter met 4 times. How long has it been since the last meeting? A little hint for you, famous movie quote and extra brownie points if you respond with a gift. So we'll see what people get here in a moment. I talked a little bit about it, I believe, in the pregame show. We talk about a lot in the pregame shows.
Yeah, we do.
It kind of escapes me if I got it in or not.
Yeah, I looked at the answer there, and I was like, yeah, I remember that movie. So it's been a while.
But it has been a while. Also, this won't give you the full hint, but there was a post this morning that gave you a little bit of an idea of the timing. You can catch that on 2 Hype Sports if you want a little bit of help. A pitch to the outside. Scruggs trying to find a hole. He will not. Darius Sutter gets him by the feet. Carter Coward from up top and brings him down.
But a little bit of laundry on the field. Waiting to see what the referee is going to call here. Face mask.
Ooh. So a tough penalty on the Tornadoes will now give Carter another fresh set of downs. So in the first half, we saw the defense really wreaking havoc, especially that D-line in the backfield. But now Carter's answer to that, to counter it, is go back to the ground game that has kept Alcoa off balance and kind of wearing out this defense a little bit right now. Alcoa looks a little bit gassed on the D-line. So 1st and 10, ball on the 40. Quarterback looking to the left and right, calling things out. Single receiver way out to the left side. 2 receivers to the right. Running back to the right and left. And there's the handoff. There's Armenta on the carry. Armenta with a 3-yard gain. It'll now be 2nd and 7. So again, is continuing to power it on the ground while they're getting ready to go again. We want to go ahead and give a shout out to our winner, as Billie Jean Coleman, the winner of our Trevor's Tornado Trivia tonight. The question was, prior to tonight, Alcoa and Carter have met 4 times. How long has it been since the last meeting? Famous movie from a quote to help you. Also extra brownie points if you're able to respond with a gift. And so your answer, just like you heard in the Titanic, it's been 84 years since the last time these 2 teams has met. They met consecutively 4 years in a row, from the late 30s to the early 40s. And this is the first time since then they've met. 2 defenders had the quarterback in the backfield, spun him around. He somehow escaped, but Scott, he kind of was bunched up so much, I don't think he realized they let him go, and then another defender was there to finish him off.
And you were just talking about meeting, and Cade Stennett was right there to meet him when he got away from the first 2 defenders and just gave him a nice hug and helped him to the ground.
Well, again, Scott, it's been 84 years, so we wanted to make sure we had a friendly welcome to welcome him back. As an opponent. So a good tackle in the backfield. They put him in the back there and sacked him. It's 3rd and 12. Sparks looks over to the sidelines. He's got Armenta to his right. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left of the formation. Sparks will get the snap. He'll drop back. Here comes the pressure. He'll roll out to his right. Continue to look, get it off last minute. Scott, he'll just throw this one away as it'll hit the stands.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. They had really good runs with Armenta and with Scruggs. and surprised they didn't try to run that back up the middle again like they've been doing. But instead, they throw the ball away, and now you have 4th down and about 12.
Also, another interesting fact for you, Scott. Alcoa, out of the 4 times they have played against Carter, they're 4-0. Have never lost against Carter in the series. They won 13-0 in 38, 19-6 in 39, 21-20 in 40, and 13-6 in 41. There's some pressure again, and behind him is Carter Coward. Put him in a bag. He is sacked.
I was really surprised they decided that deep into the field, just barely into Alcoa territory, that they decided to not punt but go for it. And Alcoa brings the heat once again and has the ball at the 50.
Well, Scott, a lot of different Alcoa D linemen signing up and applying at Walmart this week to be greeters, as they've got a lot of friendly hellos in the backfield.
That they do.
And it is 1st and 10 for Alcoa. Ball up to 50. 6:02 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Alcoa still looking to see if they can get this one into mercy roll. So doing this clock showing the burning. In the backfield, Micah Jones with Manu. And Jones in the carry. Jones looking for a hole. He'll find one. Now he turns it on. To the 30 he goes and bulldozes a defender as he goes over him and falls inside the 30-yard line and close to that Clean Roofs Tornado room zone. Micah Jones hasn't had a ton of carries so far this year, but the ones he has made them count. Great run by Micah. Puts the ball at the 26 with 5:40 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Manu in the huddle. He'll come out, and it'll be Jones still in the backfield with him. Hinson to the right of the formation, the tight end. Out at receiver on the right side, Haynes Hawkins. And also, number 7 for the Tornadoes, that is Landon Love. Manu looks down the field, throws across the field, completes it to Hawkins. Hawkins inside the 10 and taken out of bounds.
Yeah, he just given the ball. I mean, it doesn't matter. We talked about this in the first half. He spreads the wealth to all his receivers. Everyone gets involved.
Scott Landon Love, who's in the game now, Landon Love, a junior wide receiver. He was on the field as one of the family members celebrating money. Into the Hall of Fame. So
I saw somebody out there, but I couldn't see his number.
Cool to see him get an opportunity now while Wendell is here on the field. The turn, they'll hand it off to Mike up the middle. There goes Jones, and there goes 6 points. A Delosier auction touchdown for Micah Jones.
Guess what we have?
We have entrance into the Mercy Room.
Here we go.
So now it's time for the extra point for Alcoa. Kyron Tyson getting ready to kick it up and in. Manu will do the holding duties for him. Manu does a little bit of everything, Scott. Quarterback, punter, holder. They can play a little defense if they need him to. We saw him play some last year. There's the snap. There's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is doing. 5:06 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 35-0. Tornadoes now lead. Continuing to open this thing up. Question will now be, Scott, Alcoa, when they come back out on offense, do you move to your reserves or do you continue to keep your starters on the field?
I keep your starters one more time. You give yourself a good enough cushion that Carter's not, even if they score once, they can't stop the clock.
We're going to take a quick break here on the David's Abbey Carpet Game of the Week. And when we come back, it'll be Carter with the football. We'll be back in a moment.
Travels into the end zone for a touchback. The ball will be placed at the 20. 1st and 10. Owens.
Welcome back into the David's Abbey Carpet Game of the Week. It is 4:38 left to go in the third quarter. It is 35-0. Alcoa and Carter with the football. Carter's had some success moving the ball down the field on Alcoa. They just have not been able to finish a drive thus far. They'll go to the ground again. There goes Scruggs. And Scruggs with another great carry and another first down when he gets the ball in his hands. And that is something, if anything, Scott, you keep this Alcoa defense on the field a little longer just to try to see if you can make an adjustment and figure this thing out, you know? Because
you
next
want to
week...
be able to say that you scored on Alcoa's first string.
Well, here's the other thing for you. No, I'm saying for Alcoa, trying to figure it out defensively, keep your first string out there. But also another reason is because you're going to need another really great running back next week.
Yes, you are.
There goes Scruggs again. Scruggs making a move, a little hesitation, holds the defender, and whoa!
Was that a kick?
No, I couldn't tell. It looked like Micah Jones, after he had him out of bounds, was about to suplex him, but I don't know if maybe there was a kick that led to Jones kind of stumbling, almost picking him up and throwing him, or what happened. He didn't end up actually suplexing him. He kind of picked him up and stopped, and then everybody was like, whoa, and you heard a bunch of chatter over there on the sidelines, but I don't know what happened between Jones and Scruggs, but I'm surprised there wasn't a flag. No penalty called, and thank goodness. And again, it could have been tripping Jones and making him look like he was almost about to throw him. It's not typically something you see Micah Jones do whatsoever. Great young man, but something happened over there.
Yeah, not really sure, but Heath, 102 yards plus now for the Hornets, which is one of the few teams that's got over 100 yards on Alcoa.
Yeah, Coulter and I talked about that at halftime as we wondered if this would be the second team this season to be able to do it, and they were on pace to do so, and they have done it. It's the second team this season only to go over 100 yards rushing against the Tornadoes. 2nd and 6. Taking their time as Carter getting their play set up. They'll move Devontae Scruggs out to the right. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Armenta and Scruggs in the backfield. There's 2 different Scruggs on the field. You got Jody Scruggs, the senior. You got Devontae Scruggs, the sophomore. I have to imagine they're probably brothers. Devontae, the wide receiver. Another first down for Carter. Clock continues to roll. 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Gets the snap. There's the handoff. There goes Scruggs again. And Scott, every time Scruggs is getting at least 5 to 6 yards a carry every time he touches the ball.
Right, Heath. That's what I was talking about the last series that they were able to do that. That's why I was surprised they tried going to the air late in that last series.
Not very surprising for Carter fans. 64 attempts, 399 yards, averaging 6.2 yards a carry, 8 touchdowns, 43 receptions for 771 yards, averaging 17 to 18 yards a catch, and 5 touchdowns. I'm honestly surprised he was only at 399 coming into tonight. The way he's running the football, they need to be doing this all season.
Yeah, he's had an excellent year so far, but while they continue to keep running the ball like this, not only testing the Alcoa defense, but they're also continuing that continuous clock.
Cowart, Goodson, and Harris all meet the running back for the tackle. That was, I believe, Armenta that time on the carry. Armenta probably wondering why Alcoa can't give him the same holes that Scruggs is getting. 3rd and 6. We got 40 seconds left to go here in the third. Sparks will drop back. Here comes some heavy pressure, chasing him around. And whoa, man!
I think I saw a train coming there, Heath.
Scott, you saw the man, Henry on the play. Quarterback had Blair Goodson, Carter Cowart, also Kenny Harris coming after him. He took off the other direction away from him, and as soon as he turned around, Man Henry stamped his jersey number on the quarterback and put him in the turf. Wow.
Well, you were talking about earlier about the trio there saying hello. Man Henry takes his part this time.
Well, and I'll say it every single week I have to, and it's gonna, I imagine, to hold up. Man Henry, only a sophomore, started playing as a freshman last season. More and more as the season progressed, we see him now making big plays on the defense almost weekly. This is a guy, he's the backup tight end to Jalen Pinson right now. You're the last guy with his ability and size playing tight end and defensive line or defensive linebacker position. Eli Owens, Michigan Man. I think Man's the next one up.
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree. But one of the things we talked about earlier, Heath, and we talked about this the last two series, you're doing so well running the ball, and all of a sudden you can start going to the pass, and now you've knocked yourself out of what could have been a good potential for a first down. Now you're back about 17 yards, and you're going to have to punt at this point.
Well, Scott, it's the end of the third quarter as teams talking things over. Let's take a break. We'll be back here in a moment. Has put Alcoa in great field position at the 39. Also, what you didn't want to see is senior linebacker Cade Stinnett hobbling off the field in a lot of pain as Peggy Bratt and the training staff now taking a look at him. The Alcoa offense back onto the field. And a new quarterback into the ballgame. We wondered if we'd see the starters still in right now with only a 5-point lead over 30 in the mercy roll, but no, they'll move to Luka Dougherty and give him an opportunity now. They'll send a man in motion. Dougherty will hand it off, and on the option, it's Condis Cherry turning on the Jets. Scott, he's going to take it in for a closure option touchdown, but I have a feeling, unfortunately, they're going to have to back up the truck and reverse.
Yeah, it looks like holding on the receiver right around the 30-yard line is going to back that back up.
So, yeah, it looks like a hold on one of the receivers out there trying to set things up. But as they move them backwards, Scott, Paige Dower on the field has been doing a phenomenal job for us each and every week. Want to go ahead and take it down to Paige, talk to her for just a moment. Paige, we missed you last week. Glad you're back. Last home game of the regular season for the Tornadoes. It's been a fun ride so far. But, man, what an opportunity tonight to interview an Alcoa Hall of Famer in Randall Cobb. How was that?
Yeah, I was gone for the third Saturday in October. I was hopeful that it would have been a different outcome for the Tennessee Volunteers, but getting a chance to talk to an Alcoa great in Randall Cobb, I mean, what a fantastic interview he was, what a fantastic story he has, and the hometown pride that he had, just getting tearful in his interview, talking about what it means to be in the Hall of Fame here at Alcoa was really special.
Absolutely. I think that was the one part, really. It got me choked up here just listening to Randall. He got to that part talking about out of all the Hall of Fame season been inducted into, this one meant the most because his hometown just means so much to him, and a lot of us can certainly understand that feeling here in Alcoa. It's just different. Once you're a Tornado, you're always a Tornado. Scott and I are Tornadoes, Colbert Tornado, and Paige Dower now an Alcoa Tornado for life. And we certainly appreciate everything she does each and every Friday night. So thanks. What a great interview by Paige. Alcoa moving the football now at the 27. It's 1st and 10 as Dougherty will roll out. He'll complete it to Landon Love. So Landon Love in the ball game tonight, getting his first reception of the evening.
Yeah, and during the interview, Dower gets about a 13-yard first down run for Alcoa, then turns around, throws a really good pass right there, gets another first down as he is moving the Tornadoes down the field.
So a good play by Dougherty to Love. Love picks up the Maryville Top Shot first down. We're inside the Clean Roofs Tornado Maroon Zone. 8:42 left to go. The clock will continue to tick. Why is that clock going so fast? Well, I'll tell you, it's mercy rule in the fourth quarter. Once you have a 30-point or more lead going into the second half, first rule goes into effect. And this is continuous clock. So a new running back into the ball game. It looks like that is, I believe, is Brody King. We see a lot of times at the end of the game, the freshman. And Dougherty will turn, hand it to King. King will look for a hole. He's got one. Turns on the Jets, and he has a touchdown. The Lozier auction touchdown for the freshman.
And you know what's so beautiful about that, Heath?
What's that?
No laundry.
Absolutely, no laundry. And another great night for that young man, Sky. We've seen the kind of speed he has when he's gotten in late in ball games. He shows it off right there as he got up through the hole, saw some space, and before anyone else could really kind of notice him moving down the field, he was already walking in for 6.
Yeah, and that's another speedster that Alcoa is going to have for next year. Because you've already got Cherry and that whole slew with the bows and everyone else back there. Then you add him to it, and you know they say speed kills, so that's what Alcoa is going to do.
Right now, Alcoa getting ready for the extra point. And Scott, last time it was a lineman they had to hurry onto the field. This time, the quarterback.
Well, I think Manu thought his day was done, so he was going to give that to Dougherty. And
Dougherty said, "Nah, bro, it's still you." There's the snap. They get it down. There's the kick. It's up, and it is good. 8:05 left to go in the fourth quarter. 42-0 Tornadoes. We'll take a break and be back in a moment.
Johnny! What up, my boy?
That's Matthew Boatman on the play right there, but he gets very little, making it 2nd down and 8 for the Hornets. But Alcoa content with them to continue to run the ball, because as long as they run the ball, that clock is going to continue to run.
Clock continuing to wind down. 2nd and 8 for Carter. Alcoa continuing to rotate some different players in now on defense, getting some younger players an opportunity. There's the snap. There's the handoff. A little bit of a hole. Closes quickly. Great job by this young defensive line now in the game. being able to twist that hole shut. Looked like Dougherty was one of the players in on the play. Also, Scott, I think number 35, Corey Manuel as well.
As well, but Holland Dixon now at quarterback for the Hornets.
So Carter getting some younger guys some opportunities now too. We don't always see that. You know, like late in the game, I feel like we've seen a lot of games where they've kept their starters up the other side. Carter now finally conceding and getting in some of their backups.
Yeah, and I like that. I like what Coach Helton is doing here, is letting some of his players get some experience, because the first team, I mean, there's no way you're going to come back and win this game at this point.
Yeah, so he hands off the football, and that one carried by number 15. That is Jonathan Cole, senior running back on the carry. So, Scott, it'll bring up fourth down. Great time to ask the room, player of the game today? We've got a few.
There's an awful lot of options there.
Well, I was talking with Coulter at the half, and we had two guys that we mentioned. So Colby Cooper. Cooper's had a really good game so far. Cooper so far, 5 receptions, 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But I wonder if we flip it to the other side of the ball, Kenny Harris has had a night.
Yeah, and well, a lot of defenders have had a really good night as well. But yeah, Kenny's had an excellent night.
They'll punt this football away. Almost blocked that time, and no one back to receive. They'll just move out of the way and let it roll. It'll take a Hornet roll for a moment and now start to go east and west. They're going to just kind of build a campfire around it and stop it at the 42. So what do we think? I know when Coulter and I talked earlier, I think we were leaning Kenny Harris. We don't always give a defense. Coulter's still in agreement.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, but I'd also kind of put in Man-Man as well.
Man-Man's had a good game. There's been a lot. I'm with you that there's been a lot. Man-Man's had a good game. We've heard Parker Cowart make some plays. Blair Goodson make some plays. Darius Sutterth make some plays. But I think there's a few that we've kind of really opened our eyes on. Kenny Harris has certainly been in on a few of those, especially that one hit on that jet sweep in the backfield that woke us all up.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Heath. I'm not going to be disappointed with any of them because there's so many good players.
Yeah. Kenny, though, don't always go the defensive side. We can give Jacoby his second of the season. I think let's go defense tonight. So Kenny Harris, number 48, will be our player of the game tonight, the D lineman for Alcoa, making plays all over the field. And while we don't keep defensive stats, what we can tell you is wreaking havoc in the backfield. So now Alcoa breaks the huddle. And running back to the left of Dougherty, I think it's the other freshman running back getting an opportunity, and it is. They're on the carry for the Tornadoes. That's Blade Burgess.
Yeah, I haven't seen the bus tonight, though.
Yeah, we have not seen Bishop get an opportunity yet tonight. I think he was on defense. We just haven't seen him yet carry the ball. Maybe they just skipped over that one. They went from first to third string.
Well, Alcoa runs you to death in the first couple of quarters. But finally, when you start to catch your breath, you get hit by the bus.
There's a low snap. He'll get it up, though, and hand it off to Burgess. Burgess, though, a shoestring tackle. He tried to get out of it, but they held him in his place 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and with the 40-second play clock, Alcoa just taking their time.
Yeah, 2:36 left to go in this game. This clock will just continue to churn and burn. Alcoa, a great opportunity here to try to run this one out, but a little frustrated on that play. Coach Gossett, he wanted to see them create some space for Burgess to run through. Didn't like that they got him in the backfield. Coach Gossett, such a great coach, really works hard with those linemen, even young linemen, telling them, hey, this end of the ball game, this is great tape for your future of leading the Tornadoes. We need you guys ready to roll every Friday night because you're probably going to get a chance. A fake pitch, and Dougherty will keep it. There goes Luka Dougherty for a first down. A Marable top shot, first down for the Tornadoes. And with that first down, I think now Alcoa can ice it.
Oh, definitely, Heath. And Dougherty, what's so good about him is you watch him come in, and sometimes you have a tendency for the other team to think, oh, this second-string quarterback, this is going to be an easier way to go. You don't realize Dougherty's talented.
Well, he's talented, he's poised, he's mature for a sophomore. And Scott, he's just done a good job fulfilling his role. Whatever the Tornadoes have needed him to do, he has done it. And I hope he knows there's a lot. He's got some big fans up here, really proud of him and what the work he's put in. You can just see the development from year 1 to year 2 for this young man. There's the snap. It's another low one. He'll hand it off to Burgess. Took a minute to get off, and Burgess gets tackled in the backfield again. Kind of two things there. They were able to let Carter get too much pressure, but that low snap is really slowing them down from getting that play off in rhythm.
That it is, and that just needs to be worked on a little bit during practice, but that is really slow. Pardon me. Slowing the progress down.
Yeah, it almost looked like Coach Gossett looking over at the lineman, yelling out to him, trying to tell the center, hey, snap it like this. Let's get that ball off correctly. It's now 2nd and 12 for the Tornadoes. Under a minute left to go in this one. As the clock will roll, Dougherty will get the snap. He'll now roll out to his left and look to throw. He'll throw it down the field. Caught! Great reception by number 20, Luke Disney. Disney gets it to the 29-yard line.
Good hands by Disney as well. As he looked at in, made sure his feet were down before he stepped out of it.
When you're coming in as a receiver cold, in a cold game like this, in the later stages of the game, that's a nerve-wracking play. This is probably my one shot. I got to make it count. Disney certainly did that right there. And they're just going to let this clock roll to 1-0. And that is your ball game. The Alcoa Tornadoes come away with the victory. So Alcoa moves to 9-0, 6-0 in region play. As for Carter, 6-3 and 4-2, their second loss in the region. So still right now in 3rd place in the region, but there's some things over this week and next week that can really shake some things up. Trino Trevor will talk a little bit more about that one. And we'll continue to keep an eye on it. The scoreboard with Scott.
And that it is, Heath. Gibbs is still holding on to a 3-0 lead as Heritage is really giving them all they can handle.
Yeah, well, it's such an important game. I think Heritage knows we got to win this game.
This is a do or die game for
win and you're in, lose,
you're out.
and you're out. And if someone goes, well, wait a minute, they have to play next week. They do, but and I'm not trying to be unfair, but they play Union County next week. Union County's only won one game, I think, against Cumberland Gap. Not the season for Union County. This is kind of if you're Heritage, you say, we win this game, we're pretty much in.
If Heritage loses, that gives them 4 losses in the region and only 2 wins, and all the teams in front of them would have 4 wins with 1 to go.
Yeah.
No way they could come back.
Yeah, you got to win this one. So I hope Trevor Dunkel and Paige Dower were listening. We tried to let them know, but our player of the game, just in case no one heard it, is Kenny Harris, number 48. Kenny Harris, the D lineman who was making plays in the backfield. It was a ton of defensive linemen that were causing disruption, but Kenny Harris, man, what a night he had. And again, that one jet sweep play still holds true in my head, where as soon as he got it, just drilled him and brought him down. Coach Nix had a lot to say to him, or a lot to say about this defensive line to Paige, which she asked to talk to him at halftime. Right now, Coach Nix talking to the team. In a moment, it'll be Coach Nix, it'll be Kenny Harris, who will have an opportunity to speak with Paige. Can't wait to hear what they say. And what a cool moment, too, for Kenny. As Coach Nix said at halftime, this is a young man who came out for the team his junior year, started playing last season. And look at him now. Look at the plays he's making, the impact he's making on this football team.
And then to be able to get the player of the game as well just adds on to not only telling you about how good your season's been and how good your night's been, but such good confidence builder too, to know that you've been recognized as an outstanding player.
Absolutely, and we're going to keep it right here, because as Coach Nix talks with his team, I have to imagine here in a moment they'll break that huddle, and I hate to be at a commercial break when we're ready for an interview, so we're going to keep it here for a moment. Once the interviews are over, we'll take a break, and then we'll bring on Coulter Tao to go ahead and talk some stats with us. But Alcoa, another dominating performance. Scott, now with the victory tonight, that is the 4th game this season that Alcoa has shut out an opponent. So they've done it 4 times now, 3 times against regional foes. And then I saw you had a scoreboard update that makes me sad, but certainly I would sure makes you pleased to see.
Happy to say, Heath, at least for me, but yeah, you know, heart with heritage too, because both my boys went there and had 8 years for solid football for you guys. But in the third quarter gives us now increased to 10-0.
Down here now with the head coach and Brian Nix, another solid win for a team against a 6-2 Carter team. Not easy to do, but your line of scrimmage, especially on defense, was won tonight. What can you say about that defensive front for you guys?
I'm just happy that we responded to some drives. You know, we've not, realizing you're not just going to go 3 and out every time. I thought that was a good offensive game plan. Quarterback made some good plays. Running backs ran hard. And so, we the 13-play drive, a 15-play drive. That's why we work red zone defense. We work all those situations to be able to respond to that. So I was really happy with how we just stayed with it and just get them stopped.
Complementary football was certainly the theme of tonight. You could see that with Thomas Manu and how he was able to spread the wealth. What's allowed you all to be able to be so effective in so many different phases with the offense?
I think Thomas is as talented as he is. He's a coachable kid. He does the things you ask him to do, and I think there's no one better than David Sweetland at making you defend the whole field. And we have a lot of guys out there that can run and catch, and I'm really glad that I don't have to defend our offense. I think that's the biggest thing, and our coaches do a great job. And Thomas distributes the ball. He takes what you give him, and couldn't be happier or more proud of him.
Yeah, another massive matchup coming up next Friday. How important is your preparation heading into another big-time game?
It shouldn't be any more important than it was this week. I know I say that all the time, but it's the truth. You should come out every day trying to be as good as you can be, trying to clean up mistakes. We did a lot of good things tonight. We did a lot of bad things tonight. So if this game affects how we practice, then we're probably not what we say we are. We're probably not the best team. So we just come out and try to get better, but it's going to be a great environment, on the road, game 10 for a region championship. You couldn't ask. That's why you come to Alcoa to play games like this.
Lastly, Randall Cobb inducted into Tornado's Hall of Fame tonight. What does he represent for this football team in this high school?
Better people make better football players, businessmen, whatever it is. It's the kind of person he is. That's what I told our guys. There's guys that have had as much talent here, but they didn't do it all the things off the field, all the things that's in their personal life that he did. And I think he's a representative of what we want our guys to be, and could be more thankful for him, what he does for our community, and just what a leader he is for our guys, and an example for them to follow. I really appreciate him coming back tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach.
Great. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Paige. I know in a moment she's got Kenny Harris down here ready to talk to him. And so, Paige, if you're ready, we here in a moment will come to you. I think you've got Kenny with you now. Are you ready to roll?
Alrighty, guys, we now have our player of the game in Kenny Harris. I want to talk about the last play of the first half. You exploded through the line of scrimmage for a massive sack to give the offense the ball back, and that's when I learned you have the nickname Thor. So how much did you think that maybe that play represented the nickname?
I don't know, I guess being big, strong, and explosive like Thor. This is the first I've heard of it. That's cool, though. I like that. I like Thor.
Yeah. How would you describe and evaluate the defensive front tonight? You had Carter and really long third downs, really long fourth downs, and giving the offense favorable position. What could you say about the defensive front tonight?
Oh, everybody did insanely good. Carter and Blair, they were getting after it. Sacks, tackles for a loss, all over the place, man. They were getting off the ball and getting off blocks. It was really good.
It's not every day a defensive player gets the player of the game. What does it mean to you to get the player of the game tonight?
Oh, it means a lot. Like you said, it's rare for a defensive player to get it, and especially I feel a defensive lineman. So yeah, it's really great.
What would you say is the identity of this defense this year?
Fast, out physical the other team, playing smart. Yeah, making the reads, getting off blocks. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you.
Yeah. Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Paige. Another great interview and another great young man. And like you said, not as often that a defensive player gets named, but Scott, I just felt we had to give it to him tonight. So congratulations to Kenny.